It's cruise day. We're boarding the Celebrity Eclipse and heading to Bermuda.
First class. Woo! Here comes the business. In that bag.
If you want to be fancy, hold your pinky up like this.
Staying at the Hampton Inn by the Newark Airport. This is our room. Got a closet. Like the sink's out separate from the toilet and shower. Light. I mean, everything looks pretty new. It looks like this place might have been recently renovated. And then our beds. But let's see what kind of view we've got. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Oh, there's the, is that the air train? Oh no, that's not the air train.
This is delivery.
Crazy hair.
Please use your seatbelt for your safety.
Yeah, I don't have one.
There's a big boat. I don't want people that much.
It's 4:26. We've pulled away from port and we're currently sailing over to the Statue of Liberty. We get over there, they're going to do a 360 so everyone has a view. But right now we're standing on the helicopter pad. They opened it up for everyone to come out to just for the special occasion.
There is nothing you can do. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, back up.
I never worried, now that is a lie. You was a diamond all day. Well, I keep on, man. She brings on her pay.
Something unique to the Celebrity Eclipse, which is the ship we were sailing on, is that they have a hot glass class. And on this table, you can see a variety of the items that you can make if you want to pause it here. You might be thinking to yourself, that's weird, Katelyn's doing voiceover. She doesn't normally do voiceover, and you would be correct. The reason why is because I bought a brand new microphone specifically for this trip to Bermuda, and then for, of course, our trips after that. But I didn't read the instructions on how to set up the new microphone, so I plugged it into my GoPro thinking that there was only one way to do it, and that was not correct. So when we sailed back to Bermuda on that last day, I went to my stateroom and tried to edit these vlogs to put them up shortly after our trip, which was in July of 2024, and realized that most of the audio that I had recorded on my GoPro did not exist because I didn't set it up right. That's why these clips are sped up as fast as they are. One of the reasons I recorded so much of this class is because when we were preparing to go on this cruise, we were trying to look up YouTube videos about the hot glass class to see if it was worth it, what the price would be, just kind of get some more details and information about the class, but we couldn't find any vlogs. So when we went on the ship, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to record as much as possible so I can just make one dedicated video for anyone trying to search for a hot glass class on Celebrity Cruise Lines so they can watch it and get an idea of what the class is like. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because I lost my audio. So here are some sped up clips. The instructors were really great. They were good at explaining things and demonstrating how we were supposed to be holding the metal pole and how to just shape our items. Mom ended up making a pig, but she just loves pigs. I ended up making a jellyfish, so hopefully at the end of this, I think I recorded a video of what the finished products look like. If not, I can take a video of what they look like now. I do have some clips in just a few seconds where I do have audio because I had my GoPro recording myself. And then I also used my iPhone to record Mom when we both started doing our class at the same time. She started first, and then my class started about 15 or 30 minutes later after hers. So we had two cameras going at once. I do have some audio from the iPhone footage, so I'll leave that in as is so you can hear the instructors and kind of get an idea of what the class is like. But it seemed like a waste to not include all this other footage, so that's why I've sped it up to 400%. So yeah. We booked the class online on the Celebrity website before the cruise because, as with most excursions or drink packages, internet packages, it's a little bit cheaper if you book it in advance. I think it was around just over $100 per person to do the class, and I think the class lasted, I think it was about an hour long. You leave your items there, they've got to let them cool and set, and then you pick them up a couple of days later. So we did this class on our first sea day on the way to Bermuda. And then on the last sea day on the way back to New Jersey, we went back and picked up our items.
Right, yeah, it is really hot.
Get a suntan standing right here all day.
I don't know if I've ever been, but at least one time for once, right?
Mom, what are you making?
Pig, what do you think I'm making? Guess what color it is?
Yellow.
Never guess.
Same thing, we're gonna walk that on down that heat, we're gonna get that soft. And so what we're gonna do is begin to add on, the snout, the ears, and the tail. We can actually probably pull the tail out of the body. That might be a better way to do it. So maybe we'll do that first. So when I come back, because I think adding on a tail wouldn't look as cute as it pulled out of it from its hind legs. So when I come back, I'll get a little heat. We're gonna pinch, pull. You'll be able to do it. I'll put it here actually. We'll do it vertically. It'll make it a little easier. Yeah, and then we'll pull it on the tail. So we can kind of do it from the top. Yeah, you can see it there. I'm just going to let it fall. We're going to put it over here. You got your hands on it. We're going to pinch. There we go. Perfect. Now we got a little tail in there. So every other bit of glass is going to be added to it. So they'll just be clear. So I'll give this a second to set up. So we'll do, I'm trying to think, we'll do our snout first. So when I cut off the glass, it'll just be like a little nub. Poke in those two little things. So actually I'll have to have you rotate this rod while I'm sitting. So while I get that glass, just a slow, steady turn. Just the rod gets hot down that way, so we'll do that. And then when I come over, I'll just do it where the tail's pointed down, because I'll cut that snout. Once that tail gets all the way down, so right about there, you can pause. I'm going to give that a quick heat. When I come back with those regular tweezers, we're just gonna poke that right on. Give it a little snap.
What's the smaller set?
Yeah, the smaller set.
This cake making
The jellyfish.
jellyfish.
Follow me over here. Switch that out to there. All right, now we're back here. Put right in the middle there. So coming from above, come on down the fingers this way. We're just gonna go on that. Perfect. Let that kind of fall on back down. Get a little help on the way there. All right, so on these, the next one, we're gonna cut off some little ears. We're just gonna switch it.
Okay.
After we do that, we're just gonna poke some eyes in as well. Back this way again. Slow, steady turn. We're gonna do one ear at a time. Point it up. Stop right there. So I got one ear all set up. All right, so I set these little flat looking tweezers beside you. You can grab those, these guys here. It's going to squish that glass flat so that it makes more of an ear shape. Come on here, we'll turn this way. Give that a nice squish. Perfect. So we're beginning to get there. We're going to get our other ear. Regular tweezers. Just feel like Nick's ears, they kind of point in just a bit. So we'll kind of go here, pinch, and so we'll do that same thing on the other side. So hands on again, back to the side. Right there. This one in the same spot. Give it that heat. We're going to do that same thing. Do a nice little with those. Everybody's pretty cute.
How many do you have come up and say, I don't want to do it either?
Oh, it's so cute. Most of the time I say no. I just made one like this for the other ships. They have like alcoves and little cabanas that we're on. And then one of the servers, his wife back home like loves pigs. And he's like, can you make me a pig? And I was like, 100%. And so I made one just like this. So we'll go on. Good squish. Perfect. And with those regular tweezers, it's just going to give it that slight little bend.
Okay. So at least you had a warm up.
So yeah, just one pig before, yeah. So I was like, when you said that, I was like, hey, well, I think I made one little cartoony, kind of like Angry Birds, but it works, you know. Recognizable. That just gives it some little definition. All right, so I'm trying to wonder. So I guess we can poke eyes in here. So you can hang on to these. I'm going to get that top section nice and hot and do this initially with a torch. Just so when we poke those eyes, they leave little indentations. Heck yeah. And we ran into each other on embarkation, so we asked about this, and I was like, I think we can do it. This torch is just localizing heat right where we want the glass to. Okay, and so we'll have these about that width. What do we think? Pretty cute, yeah? So we'll go right to that little groove. We're just going to squeeze, just going to shield that glass a little bit more. So I'm going to add just a little bit of water to where we have that groove. And again, all those little green polka dots, be that lovely turquoise blue. It's just the fact that it's so hot right now.
Yeah. It's got a cool off.
Yeah. All right, you can follow me right on over this way. I'm going to hand you this little stick. And here in one moment, I have you give the rod a tap. Right about here. A little harder. Almost, a little harder. There we go. So that separates it from the stuff that in. I'm going to cut off the patty of glass right here.
Okay.
I'm going to pick that guy up and set him right on. Set the stick down anywhere.
I'm gonna get fired from being the camera person.
Do what?
I'm gonna get fired from being the camera person.
Cut that off. I'm going to grab some gloves. This will just allow it to balance its weight again. It wants to set flat, but set a lot flatter. Having a little base. There's our little base.
That is so cute.
Yeah, it's juice. So everything we make out of glass, we just have to cool slowly. It's going to go into a 950-degree oven. And it'll sit in there overnight, gradually cooling.
Little pig. Thanks for that.
Yes, you're so welcome. So in this oven, it's going to go. This is kind of like a sub-zero.
I'm sure we were having a really great conversation here, but again, I have no idea what we were talking about because it's been 2 years, actually a year and a half since we went on this cruise, so I've completely forgotten most of the little details. But hey, if you're a lip reader and you can see or understand what we're saying, comment down below. I'd love to remember what our conversations were about. And be sure to watch our next vlogs about Bermuda because, hey, I lost audio on those too. And if you've got some free time to spare and want to give us an idea of what we were saying, if you can read lips, that would be great. Thanks.